Jai Mahamaya Ki Jai. We'll go on now with Chapter 8 of the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of Book 10. One of the Munis said, "O Sutta, you have described the beautiful narrative of the first Manu. Now kindly describe to us the narratives of the other highly energetic Deva-like Manus." Sutta said, "O Rishi, the very wise Narada, well versed in the knowledge of the Sri Devi, hearing the glorious character of the first Manu, became desirous to hear of the other Manus and asked the eternal Narayana as well. O Deva, now favor me by reciting the origins and narratives of the other Manus." Narayana said, "O Devarsi, I have already spoken to you everything regarding the first Manu. He had worshipped the Devi Bhagavati, and thus he got his fullest kingdom. You know that then Manu had two sons of great prowess, Priyavrata and Uttanapada. They governed their kingdoms with fame. The son of this Priyavrata, of indomitable valor, is known by the wise as the second Manu. Dear to all the beings, this Svarosisa Manu built his hermitage near the banks of the Kalinda, the Yamuna river, and there, making an earthen image of the Devi Bhagavati, worshipped the Devi with devotion, subsiding on dry leaves, and thus practiced severe austerities. Thus he passed his 12 years in that forest, when at last the Devi Bhagavati, resplendent with brilliance of 1,000 suns, became visible to him. He got very much pleased with his devotional stotra. She got very much pleased with his devotional stotrams. The Devi, the savior of the Devas, and who was of good vows, granted to him the sovereignty for one Manvantara. Thus the Devi became famous by the name of Tarini Jagadharini. O Narada, thus by worshipping the Devi Tarini, Svarosisa obtained safely the fullest kingdom. Then, establishing the Dharma duly, he enjoyed his kingdom with his sons, and when the period of his Manvantara expired, he went to the heavens. Priyavanta, son's name Uttama, became the third Manu. On the banks of the Ganges, he practiced tapasya and repeated the Bij mantra of Bhagbaba in a solitary place for 3 years and became blessed with the favor of the Divine Mother. With rapt devotion, he sang hymns holy to the Devi with his mind full, and by her boons got the fullest kingdom and a continual succession of sons and grandsons. Thus, enjoying the pleasures of his kingdom and the gifts of the Yuga Dharma, got in the end the excellent obtained by the best Rajarshis, a very happy result. Priyavarta's other son, named Tamasa, became the fourth Manu. He practiced austerities and repeated the Kama Bija mantra, the spiritual password of Kama, on the southern banks of the Narmada River, and worshipped the World Mother. In the spring and in the autumn, he observed the 9 nights' vow of Navratri and worshipped the excellent lotus-eyed Devi and pleased her. On obtaining the Devi's favor, he chanted excellent hymns to her and made pranams. There he enjoyed the extensive kingdoms without any fear from any foe or from any other source of danger. He generated in the womb of his wife 10 sons, all very powerful and mighty. And then he departed to the excellent regions of the heavens. The younger brother of Tamasa, Raivata, became the 5th Manu and practiced austerities on the banks of the Kalinda, the Yamuna river, and repeated the Kama mantra, the spiritual password of Kama, the resort of sadhakas, capable to give highest powers of speech and to yield all the cities. and thus he worshipped the Divine Mother. He obtained excellent heavens, indomitable power, unhampered and capable of the success and a continual line of sons and grandsons. Then the unrivaled excellent hero, Raivata Manu, established the several divisions of the Dharma, and enjoying all the worldly pleasures, went to the excellent region of Indra. Here ends the 8th chapter of the 10th book on the origin of Manu in the Mahapurana Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Veda Vyasa. And we'll go on with chapter 9. Narayana said, O Narada, I will now narrate the supreme glories of the Devi and the anecdote for Manu, the son of Anja, obtained excellent kingdom by worshipping the Devi Bhagavati, the son of the king. Anja, named Kaksusa, became the 6th Manu. One day he went to the Brahmarsi Pulaha Rishi and, taking refuge, said, O Maharishi, thou removest all the sorrows and afflictions of those who come under thy care. I now take thy refuge. Kindly advise thy servants how he may become the lord of an endless amount of wealth. O Muni, when can I do so that I may get the sole undisputed sway over the world? How my arms can wield the weapons and manipulate them so that they may not be baffled? How my race and line be constant and my youth may remain ever the same, undecayed? And how can I, in the end, attain mukti? O Muni, kindly dost thou give instructions to me on these points and oblige. Hearing thus, the Muni wanted him to worship the Divine Mother and said, O King, listen attentively to what I say to you today. Worship today the all-auspicious Divine Mother. By her grace, all your desires will be fulfilled. Kaksusa said, O Muni, what is that very holy worship of the Sri Bhagavati? How to do it? Kindly describe all this in detail. The Muni said, O King, I will now disclose all about the excellent puja of the Devi Bhagavati. Here, you receive always the seed mantra of Bhag Baba speech, the deity being Mahasaraswati. If anyone makes japan of the Bhaka Baba Bija mantra thrice a day, one gets both the highest enjoyments here and in the end release mukti. There is no other Bij mantra better than this of Bhak, the word. Through the japam of this Bij mantra comes the increase of strength and powers and all successes. By the japam of this, Brahma is so powerful and has become the creator. Vishnu preserveth the universe, and Mahashvara, Shiva, has become the destroyer of the universe. The other Dikpalas, the regents of the quarters, and the other Siddhas have become very powerful by the power of this mantra, and are capable of favoring or disfavoring others. So, O King, you too worship the Devi of the Devas, the World Mother, and ere long you will become the Lord of the unbounded wealth. There is no doubt in this, O Narada. Thus advised by Pulaha Rishi, the son of the king Anga, went to the banks of the river to practice austerities. There the king, Kaksusa, remained absorbed in making japam of the Bij mantra and took for his food the leaves of the trees that dropped on the ground, and thus practiced severe austerities. The first year he ate leaves, the second year he drank water, and in the third year he sustained his life by breathing air simply, and thus remained steady like a pillar. Thus he remained without food for 12 years. He went on making japam the Bhag Baba mantra of Saraswati, and his heart and mind became purified. While he was sitting alone, absorbed in the meditation of the Divine Mother, there appeared before him suddenly the Parmeshvari, the World Mother, the incarnate of Lakshmi. The highest Devi, full of dauntless fire and the embodiment of all the Devas, spoke graciously in sweet words to the king, the son of Anga. O regent of the earth, I am pleased with your tapasya. Now ask any boon that you want. I will give that to you. Kaksusa said, O thou, worshipped by the Deva, O sovereign of the Devas, thou art the controller of inside, thou art the controller of outside. Thou knowest everything, what I desire in my mind. Still, O Devi, when I am so fortunate as to see thee, I say, thou grantest me the kingdom for the Manvantara period. The Devi said, O best of Ksatras, I grant unto you the kingdom of the whole world for one Manvantara. You will have many sons, very powerful indeed, and well qualified. Your kingdom will be free from any danger, till at last you will certainly get mukti. Thus granting the excellent boon to Manu, she disappeared then and there after being praised by many with devotion. The sixth Manu, then favored by the Devi, enjoyed the sovereignty of the earth and other pleasures and became the best of the Manus. His son became the devotee of the Devi, very powerful and expert, and became respected by all and enjoyed the pleasures of the kingdom. Thus getting the supremacy by the worship of the Devi, the Kaksusa Manu became merged in the end in the holy feet of the Divine Mother. Here ends the 9th chapter on the 10th book of the narrative of Kaksusa Manu in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses. Bole Baba ki jai, Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishveshwari Mata ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai.